All right, looks like we're good. All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's Mayor's Managers meeting for Wednesday, April 6th. In the room with me is Assistant City Clerk Jay Truscott Reed, Mayor Pro Tem Steve Ward, City Attorney Tamara Niles, Assistant City Manager Tim Dodd, City Manager Shawn Lewis, and City Clerk Stephanie Carlisle. Shawn, I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you. We've got, starting with April 11th, a number of study session items, preliminary 2023 revenue and expenditure forecasts, city center redevelopment update by SKB and Triba, and then organized garbage and recycling collection initiative. And lastly, executive session. Looks like we've got timeframes assigned to all of these.
Yeah, we got time frames. I'm not sure if I agree with the timing on some of these. Like I've talked about it, just the redevelopment, I do think that may go long. But we got basically
Maybe 45 minutes or an hour for discussion.
I would say 45 minutes for discussion. I think they are able to keep the presentation down to 30 minutes. I went back and kind of listened. There were some questions mixed in there as they went through the presentation. So I think 30 minutes does sound about right.
I was also able to confirm with the department that the presenters have been told that they need to stay within the 30 minutes and that it'll be the developers presenting.
Okay.
Great. Anything else on this one?
No, are you fine with the 3 items and the executive session, Mayor Pro Tem?
I suspect it'll be a long night, but it's all business that we need to get done, so yeah. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Perfect. We can move to the 18th.
April 18th, we've got a study session, 2 study sessions, one on Family Paid Leave Act or Insurance Act, and then Citizen of the Year. And looks like we've got timeframes for the first one, but not the second one. If you want to put something on that for discussion.
I'm trying to think of how long we normally go for this. So 10 minutes, like 20-minute discussion? Depending on how many names do we have?
We had 2 before we extended it another week.
Okay.
Not sure.
Yeah, I would just say 20 minutes. Get us to 7 o'clock.
Okay.
I'm not sure if there's any additional names, but.
Okay. And then, where am I? There we are. For moving down to regular meeting items, we've got resolution authorizing acquisition of property for the stormwater project. Two properties on that. And next we have Elevate Inglewood graduation. And then public hearing of organized garbage and recycling collection initiative. Proclamation of Small Business Week. Motion to approve professional service agreement with Root Policy Research in the amount of $159,850. Contract services agreement with Backflow Solutions for backflow prevention and cross connection control program services. And then got a couple of council members who are wanting to attend the CML conference to approve.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got a ordinance to approve the annual agreement with Arapahoe County for CDBG. That's going to be second reading.
And that'll not be on consent because it was a 6-1, I believe.
Right. Yep. And then consideration ordinance amending Inglewood Municipal Code with the festival permit. And then City of Sheridan Vehicle Maintenance Repair IGA. Ordinance for an IGA to increase funding for US 285 and South Broadway. That's for their additional funding. And then, let's see, where are we, Jade? There it is. Loan agreement with the Colorado Water Resources and Power Development Authority for stormwater improvements. An ordinance repealing marijuana license bond reflect elimination of bond under state law. And then MOU between Colorado Energy Office and the city for energy performance contracting program. Bill for an ordinance amending, guys, I'm not able to keep up. I just got new glasses, so I'm struggling this morning.
Oh, sorry.
So where are we now? Growing weeds? Nope. Yeah. So ordinance regarding growing weeds, and then authorizing agreements necessary to complete city ditch, and that's it. So it looks like we've assigned a lot of these to consent or not consent. What about the growing weeds? That's a first reading. That wouldn't be consent, would it? For a first reading. We had consensus from council to do it, but
Yeah, I was wondering, I want to say yes to putting that on consent.
okay. I think it was unanimous from the code
Right.
enforcement advisory board also. And the next one that we have a question by is the IGA for Broadway interchange. I think they're increasing by 2.3 million.
I want to say yes to that one as well, but I can see that one getting pulled. Let me know if you disagree with that, Mayor Pro Tem.
I think we're good.
Moving
So
on.
put both on
Do
consent.
we have any? Yeah. CML travel conference. Those have been being approved unanimously. It's the local, practically local in Breckenridge.
Right, yeah. I'd say yes to that one. Well,
The backflow contract, it's a larger amount, but that's in utilities and is part of our effort to streamline what we got dinged for by the state, the backflow devices for all businesses.
yeah.
Yes or no on that one?
I want to say yes to that one as well, but I can see that getting pulled. Mayor Pro Tem.
I'm comfortable with it being on consent, but I also think that there will be some discussion, so
Yeah.
we should probably leave it off.
Okay. Any others?
Alternate member, that I think everybody was in agreement on that for Dr. Cog.
Yep.
So that could be
Yeah,
consent.
yep.
And I think that's it.
That is it.
Good. Definitely a lengthy night, potentially. All right, moving on to May 2nd. Oh, wait. Nope. April 25th. We have the March 2022 monthly financial report, 2023 capital projects list. And that's going to be the joint meeting with the other boards. Is that correct?
Yes, correct. It's with board and commission members.
Great. And then update on neighborhood map. And that's just the 3 items we have so far. On this one, I actually, we're going to have some information by this meeting regarding one thing that I wanted to talk to you, Mayor Pro Tem, about was, in a lot of communities, before they undertake a taxing question, they work with a polling company. We have one under contract, Polco, to do a statistically valid survey of registered voters who voted in the last election to determine, what would poll best in terms of have the best likelihood of passing.
Mhm.
So if that's under the spending threshold, I wanted to look at that. But if we maybe put a placeholder, and Tim, if you could help me with that, put a placeholder on April 25th for taxation question, that would be helpful. Does that sound all right, Mayor Pro Tem?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I know we said we were going to put that on there. I don't think we've done it yet. I haven't. All right, so May 2nd, Santa Fe PEL review recommendations, early action plan. Introducing Brian, it's spelled Isham, but it's pronounced Isom, like ISOM. So introduce him as the new planning manager. We'll have, yes, Isom. And then we'll have Public Service Week proclamation, utilities, sanitary sewer, CCTV inspections, CB19 equipment lease purchase through Caterpillar Financial for a backhoe loader, and then another equipment lease purchase through Komatsu. That's for another loader. And that's it. Questions on those? Moving on to May 9th. We have update on the economic development strategy, which kicks off this week, I believe. And then proposed IGA with Arapahoe County for the opioid settlement funds that Tamara is guiding us through. Code Next update is the last thing on that one.
Okay.
Moving on, May 16th, we have presentation on proposed administrative revision to charter, executive session, city attorney, April 2022. Oh, excuse me, that's out May 23rd. So just a couple of items slotted so far for the 16th. May 23rd, financial report. Then the final study session presentation on the revisions to the city charter.
That'll be June 6th.
Oh, thank you. So on to June 6th. This would also be where if we do a tax question, I think we would have that one slotted in there as well. And then 2 proclamations for the 6th, Pride Month and Juneteenth. June 13th, we have board and commission interviews. June 14th, study session. Go ahead.
Oh, this is a placeholder just in case we need to have an additional night for interviews.
Oh, gotcha. So those are those considered study sessions?
Yeah.
Special meetings? Yeah, it doesn't matter. And then the operating budget, capital request rather. And oh, June 20th is when we'd actually have first reading on that ballot question. Charter. And citizen of the year, oh, go ahead.
And Shawn, I just wanted to add that June 20th, any ballot questions that we are going to have, the first reading will be on June 20th.
Is that the drop dead date?
That was the memo that Stephanie just sent out, because normally the first reading would be the first meeting in July. But because we don't have a meeting the first week of July, so instead it will be the last meeting in June, and the second reading will be the July meeting.
Ah, gotcha.
Actually, we do have 2 meetings in July. I think we stated it's going to be the 5th and the last.
Per the resolution, the first 2 meetings in July are canceled. So then there's 2 consecutive, the last 2 Mondays in July will be our regular meetings. But because of the publication requirements, we can't guarantee we can publish them all immediately right at the meeting.
Okay.
On that night. So that's our recommendation to make sure.
Thanks for the clarification.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think everything else is routine.
Okay.
We did get a number of council requests. I know Tim took down one, and we've submitted some of these already. Tim, do you have yours handy?
I don't. Sorry, Shawn. I have them written down, though, on my desk.
Okay. So we'll get those turned in.
Yeah.
I did have one question.
Go ahead, Jake.
I wanted to confirm when the next Choose People is. I believe that should be next week.
The next what?
It's our internal organizational culture work. What?
It is, Jade, but the facilitator actually requested we move it to Thursday, so it won't conflict with this meeting.
Okay, perfect. That was my question, if we needed to move the meeting for next week, or any of the other meetings for April, up to 8 o'clock. So,
Nope. I
Yep,
think
it's
we've
on
asked-
Thursday.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Yeah, I think we've asked her to accommodate us.
Okay.
All right, anything else from staff?
I don't have anything.
Anything from you, Mayor Pro Tem?
Nope, nothing to add.
Well, we went through this pretty quickly. Nothing from me. So if there's nothing else, this will now conclude today's Mayor's Manager meeting. Everyone have a great Wednesday.
Thanks, you too.
All right,
Thank you
thank you.
too.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.